Hey everyone, welcome back to Fictional. I'm Veronica Belmont. You guys have been telling me about the new format, how you like it, and so far it seems to be working out pretty well. So here I am once again sitting in my nice comfy chair, which is great because my sciatica is really kicking in today. But anyway, this week we're going to be talking about lightsabers. Now these of course are probably the epitome of science fiction weaponry, at least in my opinion. I want to thank you guys for all the great questions and comments that you've been putting in on social about next week's episode, which is going to be about dragons. On Twitter, Kevin Crewell wants to know, how would a lightsaber be limited to a fixed length? Light should just keep going. Exactly, I've wondered about that myself. And then Daryl says, lightsabers are too expensive. I'll take an old-fashioned samurai sword. Cuts hand off just as readily. Excellent point. And our family at Rev3 Games simply put, there should be more of them. There should be more real-life lightsabers. My initial thoughts on this topic are somewhat on the pessimistic side. I mean, technically, there's a lot going on here, like we mentioned. But first of all, they're dangerous. I would imagine that this kind of weaponry is super difficult to make, and it's just probably not that efficient. There's easier ways to kill people. Also, number two, like we've mentioned, it's impossible to restrict a laser beam. I'm not gonna say impossible, because we still have to talk to the expert, but from everything that I know about science, laser beams, they just keep going. It would also probably cost way more than a car, like a really nice car. Fortunately, in my line of work, I know a lot of people who are pretty well versed in lightsaber technology. Today we're going to be talking to Rob from Genesis Custom Sabers, who's actually working his way up into the Jedi Order. You know, sidebar, the Jedi Order is one of the largest religions in like Sweden or something, I forget which country. But anyway, Rob, thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, Veronica, essentially I design and build science fiction artwork, particularly illuminated sabers, or as the more commonly known, lightsabers, although that's a copyrighted term, so I'm careful to avoid that. But that's what I do for a living.
Your lightsabers are really well crafted. How do you custom tune each one to each different Jedi?
Well, custom lightsaber kind of means two things. One is I build whatever I think is cool, and then I sell it. It's custom made, it's one of a kind. But I also accept periodically custom commissions where someone will contact me to build their lightsaber for their Jedi character or Sith character.
Now I'm guessing, knowing nothing about how you actually create these things, that you're just using a tube of like LED lights inside there. Is that all there is to it?
The sabers that I build actually don't have a tube of LEDs. They have one single high power LED. So you can take the blade out and just carry the hilt. But in terms of real, well, could we ever expect these to be real? Sure. With human ingenuity, I'm sure we can expect them to be real. With modern technology the way it is now, no.
Now, I'm sure you've researched this, but is there any way to get the laser beam to stop at a fixed length?
I'm not a theoretical physicist, but I'll give you my best shot at it. You've got two problems. One is that a lightsaber, as it exists in Star Wars universe, is both energy and matter. George's original vision was that it would have weight to it and heft and operate like a real sword. So right there you've got the complications of some kind of energy, light, or some would say a laser, plasma energy that can cut, but then something that can also block another lightsaber. You might be able to accomplish one of those, but not both.
How true are your designs to the Star Wars universe? Are you using the same materials?
I've got an example. I've got one right here. This is my Jaina Solo lightsaber. I picked it because it's my only girl-oriented saber in honor of you, Veronica. The lightsaber's made, it's not a design that you'll see in the movies or the comic books, it's my own design, but the construction is metal. The insides, there's a power cell, there's an organic crystal in here. So all the things that you would see in the visual dictionary that go into a lightsaber go into one of these.
And about how long does it take to custom build one of these puppies?
One like this, that there's a lot of time involved in the planning, the engineering, and then the construction of it. You're looking at over 30 hours.
Wow. And finally, where can our viewers purchase a custom saber?
Viewers can find me at genesiscustomsabers.com, or they can find me on Facebook, Genesis Custom Sabers, or I'm Petkau of Genesis on Twitter. That's a dark side.
Do you have to decide when you're getting it custom made if you want it to be a dark side or light side saber, or can you switch them back and forth depending on your mood?
Actually, with one like these, you can change the color with the touch of a button and the sound font. So you can have Darth Vader's sounds or Luke's sounds. It's all this button right here, and you can toggle through them.
So good. Thank you so much. Fortunately for me, we have our very own in-house Jedi, Frank Knight, to show us how to wield a lightsaber. I'm now joined by Frank Knight, who is our resident Jedi here at Revision 3.
Yeah, I'm one of the instructors for the San Francisco Golden Gate Knights, and we're a lightsaber choreography group that practices every Sunday in Soma.
Nice. And how did you get started doing this?
You interviewed Rob, and he makes like custom lightsabers, and people have been doing that for years and years. And when I was in college, I found like the site that like builds those and stuff. I was like, these are so cool. I really want one of these. And when I moved to San Francisco, there was a group starting up just right as I was getting to the city, and I was like, well, I'm a fat nerd. Seems like a great idea to get into shape, right? Sounds like a great idea.
Well, I am not coordinated. I'm not very athletic, but I'm hoping you can show me a few of the moves that you guys teach your beginners.
Absolutely. So let's start with analyzing your lightsaber. These are polycarbonate tubes, so they shouldn't break. They bend. Nothing bad should happen. They should be able to be struck just fine.
Okay.
Where the polycarbonate tube meets the saber, this is what's called the emitter. Mm-hmm. And we want to keep your top hand right by it.
So I'm lefty.
Yep. So you want to hold your left hand right there at the top.
Okay.
And you know, yours has a bunch of buttons and stuff because lightsabers always have obnoxious doodads and stuff. Thank you, Lucas. But you know, just hold it and try and avoid all of the buttons and get it nice and comfortable in your hand.
Okay.
Your bottom hand will hold the pommel, and the pommel is just the part at the bottom that unscrews.
That's where the batteries go?
That's where the batteries go and the sounds and all the electronics. It's how they get in and out. So you want to hold that nice and loose.
Okay.
You want your top hand strong and your bottom hand loose. Your bottom hand is going to kind of steer the blade. We're going to find what's called our measure. And in like fencing and stuff, this is how you find out where your distance is. Because we don't want to start the fight right here, because I kind of lost now, right?
You did.
So we've got to make sure that we can't stab each other, and then we're just going to make like kind of an X. What we want to do is you want to extend your arms a little bit. Don't lock them, because you still want to be able to thrust, right? You still want to be able to have that like deceitful extra few inches to try and touch somebody.
Okay.
And you want to kind of keep it between like my chin and my Adam's apple, so that like if I advance, like I run in.
Not be good for you.
And then you want to keep your hands about a fist distance away from you. You don't want to have like the sword like resting on your hip or like this.
That's just lazy lightsaber.
It's bad form.
Bad form.
Bend your knees a little bit. Your back foot 45-degree angle, kind of like a boxing stance. You're already in it. Just kind of sink down a little bit. Bend your knees a little bit. Get comfortable. We're gonna be here all day. So if you want to take a shot at the inside of my front leg. Okay. Now, right now you're just way outside of me. So what I want you to do is just step forward and try and just get in inside of me and hit me as hard as you can. There we go. So again. There we go. Again. There we go. Again. There we go. Again. Perfect. So to the outside. There we go.
Ooh, your sword lit up.
So try and hit the right side of my head. Try and cut my head off. Right side. Oh, there we go. Nice. Big right side. Boom.
Frank!
There we go. Good.
I feel like that could slide really easily and just take your eye out.
Down to your foot again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, geez, you're going really fast.
3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. You're picking up perfectly fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Look at that.
Concentrating really hard. Shut up. Stop talking to me. You killed my father.
Prepare to die.
Prepare to die! Ow. I need to take a little break after that one. But anyway, I think we can conclusively say that lightsabers are fictional. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to stopping that laser beam at a fixed point to use it like a sword. If you had like a lightsaber and the laser just kept going, that would definitely be catastrophic. That would be terrible. You'd do a lot of damage. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this episode and of our guests. Tell me who you want to see on the show, by the way. What topics you want to see us cover, what you want us to debunk, what you want us to prove, fact or fictional, and I'll do my best to get them right here on the show. If you want to get in touch with me, my Twitter account is @Veronica. You can leave us a message on Facebook. My Facebook is Veronica. And also I'm over on Google Plus as well. So leave us video comments. We love to see your shiny, happy faces telling us why I'm wrong about things. I'll see you guys next time. You too can be a Jedi Master.